Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sattler, welcome to Jurassic Park. Hello everybody, and welcome to Jurassic Park month. Which I guess you can't call it that because it's going to go longer than a month, but every single week I'm going to be doing a review of one of the Jurassic Park films, starting with this one, the first movie, all the way to the brand new film Jurassic World Rebirth. Should have come up with a catchier title, but I don't know what I'm going to say, like Jurassic Park 6 weeks?
That's lame.
But anyways, let's dive in to the first one, the original one, the Jurassic Park. So for those guys who don't know about Jurassic Park, how? It's like one of the greatest movies of all time. You gotta go watch it if you haven't. The story follows Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, and Ian Malcolm as they're invited on a cryptic trip to give their investigation on a new, soon-to-be-open theme park. But little did they know that this park had recreated dinosaurs. Yes, living, breathing dinosaurs. But while they're to give their opinion on the park, things around them start to go haywire, and the dinosaurs get loose. Well, some of them do. But yeah, I never saw this movie in the theaters as a kid. When this came out, I was 2 years old. I was way too young for this.
No. No.
But I do remember this was one of the first, PG-13 movies that my parents actually let me see. And when I saw it, this little dino nerd just went insane.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for.
I was already a massive dinosaur fan before I finally saw this movie. And let me tell you something, after I saw it, I fell down the rabbit hole of dino goodness, and I've never left. I'm still a dino nerd. Like seriously, just look at the top shelf of my bookshelf. It's just dinosaurs. I tried to get as much of it as I could in the shot, but it's kind of hard when I'm kind of short.
I am small.
This may be one of my favorite movies of all time, easily in the top 5. The danger is on a whole nother level. The suspense, the thrilling aspects, the awe and wonder. This movie just revolutionized the way that the world saw dinosaurs. It still kind of does. Even though there have been a ton more discoveries in the world of paleontology, it seems like people can't get the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park out of their minds, even though they're pretty outdated now. And I know, it's an easy thing to hear a lot that dino nerds will say, oh, Jurassic Park is so scientifically inaccurate. And yeah, there are definitely some scientific inaccuracies. But you have to understand, for 1993, these were some revolutionary concepts that the general public at the time never saw. The idea that these dinosaurs weren't these slow, giant, stupid behemoths, but rather fast, agile, bird-like. Yes, we already had the bird-like thing going. You remember Dr. Grant's thing about the birds?
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
They took a lot of bird aspects, especially in with the raptors. Yeah, they don't have the feathers, but hey, scientists didn't know that at the time. Yeah, the raptors are too big. Yes, the Dilophosaurus didn't have a neck frill and spit venom. And yes, T-Rex's vision was not based on movement. That actually got explained away really well in the book, but the movie never did it. That was a frog trait from all the cloning and DNA stuff. But this really changed the way that people saw dinosaurs. And from then on out, dinosaurs became something so cool. Okay, now I'm actually going to talk about the movie now and not just the scientific inaccuracies. This type of story, like this thriller, horror, adventure-esque type of story, this is one of the best ways I've seen it done. One of the things I appreciated in this is that the dinosaurs were animals first. Movie monsters second. Honestly, I think when you treat animals realistically, they are more terrifying because animals in real life are so unpredictable. And that's why I think the terror worked out so well here. Like typically in a monster movie, you see a big monster, he roars, you scream and run, the monster will try to chase you and somehow you get away. But with this, the kids are trapped in a car with a Tyrannosaurus Rex outside, not knowing what a car is. As she goes around and she sniffs and she investigates and she figures out if there's something inside this car and then how to get inside. And you're just watching the wheels turn in her head and you don't know if she's just gonna give up and walk away or she's gonna break the car open. When we get to the other Jurassic Park movies, you may have to hear me talk about this again. But it's not all about just the terror too. That first scene with the Brachiosaurus is just magical to see this living, breathing creature. Yeah, even though the CG didn't hold up super well here, I don't care. It still fills me with that same awe and wonder that I had as a kid. The idea of being able to see a giant brachiosaurus in front of my face like this is just... it's so cool. Spielberg knows how to create just a scene of awe and wonder, and I can't get enough of it. Yeah, speaking of the CG, let's talk about that. There's a bunch of scenes where it does still hold up really well, especially with the T-Rex in the rain. And yeah, I know the tricks that they did. Like, they made sure to only use CG as sparingly as possible so that the illusion wouldn't be broken and that they could spend a ton of time on it. Whereas today's movies have, like, half the movie is CG and they have no time to work on it. But still, to have computers back in the 90s make something like this that still looks great on a 4K screen, that's impressive. I don't care who you are, that's incredible. Yeah, not all of it holds up. There's a couple scenes with the raptors that I have issues with, and yeah, the Brachiosaurus definitely kind of hurts a little bit. Man, when this gets it right, it is still some of the best visual effects I've ever seen. So one of the big things that people tend to run into in a movie like this is that they only care about the dinosaurs and don't care anything about the people characters because they're not really well written, even though we have a lot of screen time with them, but most of the focus is going to be on the monsters or the dinosaurs or what have you. And yeah, definitely a lot of focus was put on the dinosaurs here, as it should be, but at least it's nice that the characters that are here too, I remember their names, I remember their characters, I like being around them, I find their stories interesting. The whole plot that gets everything going with Nedry and feeling like he was mistreated and gonna stick it to the company to make up a couple extra $1 million. All of this makes sense, it works, I follow it, and I am emotionally invested. Not as emotionally invested as I am in the dinosaurs, but enough that unlike so many other monster movies or dinosaur movies, I could say that I actually genuinely care about the people. Heck, the movie's even got some great humor, too. Like, I still remember some scenes where I laugh at this, which you don't think you'd laugh a lot at a movie like Jurassic Park, but yet here we are! Looking back on this film over 30 years later, this is still one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. I don't think kids today understand how influential Jurassic Park was on my generation, how much it got so many of us like into dinosaurs, how much it got so much of us excited into the world of filmmaking. So say what you will about the other Jurassic Parks. I know a lot of people have said that they've gone off the rails, that they're not really what they used to be, they aren't as good as the first Jurassic Park, go on and on about it, but the first film, I think, will always be just one of the greatest films that Hollywood has ever made. One of the greatest blockbusters that has ever existed. And I will die on this hill. I have no problems with it. So if for some reason you have never bothered to check out Jurassic Park, do yourself a favor and go check it out. This was a cultural phenomenon for a reason. It is a tremendous film, and y'all need to go check it out. Of course, I feel extinct going there like, I was alive when Jurassic Park was in theaters!
I love the young people.